Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at Kamen Rider 01 SODO AI06 featuring Kamen Rider Geo complete set. As you can see here, these three are from 01, and then you have one of the three villains from the Kamen Rider Geo summer movie whose name escapes me at the moment, but it was a movie that I watched and that guy was in it. So if we take a look, you can see kind of a cool picture there. You can see that this guy, you can have him either with or without the like regalia, I don't know, his cape, whatever you want to call it. I kind of like the look of him both ways. Apparently his chest opens up too. That's kind of neat. So we'll have to check that out. I don't really remember that from the movie, but I guess it must have happened. So there you go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not too much going on the bottom or the side there. We'll go ahead and open the box up so we can take a look at the individual boxes. You can see you get 1 through 7 being the complete set. And since it's an odd number, they did it this way instead of doing the square box that we're used to. I kind of like this, though. I feel like it takes up less room. I like the smaller slim box. So we take a look here. 2 boxes to make Metal Cluster Hopper. There you go. Next up, we have 001. This is from the Reiwa, the Next Generation movie. This was a really cool form. I liked this a lot. He uses the Force Riser. Although I'm sure that sticker is going to be terrible. But we'll get to that later. And then we have... Oh, this is one of the... Oh, Trilobite? Is that what this is? It's one of the, like, Humagear foot soldiers, for lack of a better term. But it looks pretty cool. I'm sure Corey, shout out to Frozen Stratos, will be army building these in no time. And then the last two are for who we affectionately call Trash Bag Waz. I don't even remember why at this point. But he was one of the villains. In that movie, there were all those guys that kind of came out of the woodwork that were all dressed like Waz. They all had that weird suit. They were all like the timekeepers from the future or whatever. So here is just the suit on its own. And then I think this one is just the cape pieces and 2 stands, because I think the Trilobite stand is in here as well. So technically you could have just this guy on his own if you don't care about the exploding pecs or the cape pieces. But in any case, those are the 7 boxes. So I will go ahead and get these built, and then we'll take a closer look. So here are the 4 fully stickered and assembled. I would say this guy was probably the most stickers. Metal Cluster Hopper was probably the least, and these 2 are kind of a happy medium. I don't know, he had a decent amount of stickers. I don't know who wins for the most. But anyway, we'll start over here on the left. We'll start with 001. I really like this form. I think it's such a fun idea to take the same Progrise key and put it in 2 different Henshin devices and have it produce 2 different forms. It's such an interesting idea to explore. So I'm really glad they did that in the movie. The base here, you know, you got the sticker. He does come with some extra hands. I have them plugged in there. Otherwise, the stand is, I don't know, pretty standard. See what I did there? Okay. Couldn't resist. But yeah, so it's what we're used to getting. They have the interlocking pieces and whatnot. So, yeah, taking a look at this guy, really, really good. He's got a decent amount of stickers. They weren't too bad, though. Head's fully painted, chest is fully painted. Sticker for the driver, and I still don't like how they do the sticker for the Force Riser, where they want you to put this flat sticker like across this weird like thing of plastic that goes like this, and you're just supposed to put it across the top. It doesn't really work, so I don't care for that. I wish they would just kind of figure something out or segment the sticker or something just so it would fit a little better. But yeah, from the knee down, pretty much all stickers on the side here. The little red part here on the shoulder. Everything else is paint for the most part. Oh yeah, the belt is obviously stickers. But he looks good. Really good. Head's fully painted. Really like that. Really nice chest piece as well. Articulation, pretty standard. What I like to call the SODO standard. You got a ball joint swivel and rotation there in the shoulder. Of course, the shoulder pad is connected to the arm, and there's a hinge there so it doesn't hinder articulation, which is appreciated. Bicep swivel, kind of that weird 180-degree movement in the elbow there. Wrists can swivel because they just unpeg. You can switch out the hands, as I showed you as additional hands over here. Waist swivel, ball joint in the hip, thighs swivel, little over 90 degrees in the knee, ball joint in the ankle. Comes with the attached caliber. Can't go wrong. So yeah, all in all, really cool. Really like the look of this guy. Very excited to get this form because I don't think RKF is doing this anytime soon. So you can always rely on SODO to get you those forms you wouldn't otherwise see, which I always appreciate. Alright, next up we will move on to Metal Cluster Hopper. I think he looks really good. The chest and the head are fully painted, and they look great. Plus everything kind of has like a coat of silver paint on it, which looks really good. He definitely has the least amount of stickers. I think it's just one yellow sticker on each thigh. Obviously the driver, the belt, and I think the weapon. I think that's it. Everything else is painted. And he looks good. I like him. Now for the sword, it is two separate pieces. As you can see, you just plug one piece into each end of his fist. But if you want to put the sword together, they give you this little piece here that I've just pegged into the side of the base stand. You can peg both parts of the sword. I wish it was fluorescent yellow, so if you wanted to have the sword on its own, it would look like it's a solid sword. But instead they just gave it to us in that gray, which I understand. They've got a lot of gray going on here, so to just mold another piece in that gray makes sense. And then he's got some extra open hands as well, as you can see. Now they're not silver, they're in gray, which I guess these fists are as well, so yeah, I guess it is, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, he looks good. Like him quite a bit. Like that sword. I think he did a nice job with that. And the stickers look good. So, very, very cool. Definitely a fan of Metal Cluster Hopper. Peg him back into his base. Alright, next up we have the Trilobite Magia. For some reason I always forget this guy's name. But these guys are kind of like the evil Humagear foot soldier type dudes. And I like them. They kind of have almost like a skeleton vibe. The way you can kind of see like these kind of look like bones in the rib cage, and I just think that's kind of a neat look for a foot soldier. Also kind of reminds me of the Halloween costumes the bullies wore in Karate Kid. So can't go wrong there either. But in any case, you can see he's got kind of a little bladed weapon. He does have this gun, which I feel like is definitely a reuse from the drones from Build, the Sentinels, or the name of those things is escaping me. Corey buys 100 of them, you know what I mean. The name will come to me later, but the drones from Build, it's definitely a reuse, and because of that, it doesn't really fit in his hand. You can see you kind of have to like put it off to the side because it's got the stock that comes down, and I don't know how the robots did it. Guardians, right? That's what they're called. But otherwise, I like the look of this thing. I think it's cool. The head is painted. All you do is put the little stickers on the ears. The chest is mostly painted. Just this is one sticker on each side. This is stickers here, and then everything on the arms, legs, and feet is all stickers. But I like them. I like the look of them. I think they look cool. And they, for the most part, come all in one box. The only thing you don't get in the box is the base, the stand. So if you just want to army build these things and you don't care about additional stands, you can just, they're one a box. You just buy one box and you can army build them. They look cool. I like them quite a bit. Next up we have this guy from the Geo movie, whose name I also always forget. Zonjis. There you go. Kamen Rider Zonjis. So as you can see, he's got some chest pieces here. He's got some options. Does have open hands as well. Everyone's got open hands. And then the standard base there. So you can see right off the bat, he's got the cape thing rocking. Big flowing cape. It's got some capey bits here in the front. And then he's got these shoulder pads that you can like move his arm around. And I kind of wish, I guess you could do something like this, but I kind of wish you could move the whole arm out and this would still hang down. Because obviously, you know, gravity, this is not how this works. It doesn't make any sense. But he looks pretty cool. Now, what you can also do, how this works, is these just peg in. And it's kind of nice. These shoulder pads are separate. So every time you want to put these on and off, you don't have to worry about clipping them onto those, like, ball thing. Like the, I don't even know what you call it, the hinge, I guess, for the shoulder pad. Because unhooking and hooking these back on is kind of a pain. But this is just a simple peg. So you just peg it in there. So you can take that off. And then if you want, he comes with normal pegs that you can just peg in to take the place. So that's nice. So that makes attaching these bits on and off a lot easier, which I have to applaud, because hooking and unhooking shoulder pads all day gets very tedious. Then you can just go ahead and unpeg this. Just pegs on the front and on the back. So we'll take that all off. And now you have this piece here. And how this works, you can unpeg this. So this is a piece that has a hole, but if you don't like that, you have a piece with no hole that you can peg on instead. That way, you know, you don't have that garish hole in the middle if you don't like the look of that. I like this guy. I like him a lot more without the cape and stuff. I just think he looks cooler. Obviously, I think he's supposed to be an homage to, like, Shin, or maybe even Zio. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly which rider he's supposed to. The three guys from this movie kind of took those, what I like to call in-the-middle riders. They're not quite Heisei. They're not quite Showa. They're just kind of like that weird downtime in between, where they took the break from the two series and had just a couple one-off movies and stuff. So I think this guy was supposed to be Shin, and maybe like Zio movies. I'm not sure, but in any case, really like the design of him. I think he looks really cool. I don't know why. But anyway, I like him better without the cape and stuff, so I'll probably just put these somewhere. But I appreciate how easy it is to, you know, peg these on and off. I do appreciate that. Now, he's also got another chest piece if you want to take this off again, which is, as you can see, is not too difficult. And this one pegs in, and this apparently his chest opens, and, you know, he fires off some kind of bullets or missiles or something. And it would have been cool if you could just close these and you didn't have to do it as a separate piece. But I think they were worried about the hinge being too loose, and so you'd never actually be able to keep them closed because they would kind of just fall open all the time. So I can understand that. But you do have that option. I think I'm just going to leave this one on here. And honestly, even if you just want to leave the one with the hole on all the time, just so you could throw the cape on and off pretty quickly, I don't think it's that ridiculous to have that there. But they wanted to be thorough and give you the option to not have that hole the whole time. The whole time. Again, I'm full of them today. I'm great. Anyway, so I really like this. I really think this looks really cool, and I'm excited to get the other two. I think the other two are coming in 8, I want to say, because, yeah, this is 6. Already have 7. 7's a real small one, and I think the other two guys are coming in 8. So I think this is a solid lineup. I really do. I like all 4 of these guys. I might get 1 or 2 more of these. I don't think I'm going to go crazy. I think it's going to be one of those type of things where, you know, if I'm on Mandarake and I need something to fill an order and they have 1 or 2 of these guys around, I might, just because I really like the look of them, and I think having a couple of them wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not Corey levels of army building these things, but maybe 1 or 2 more. Really like 001, really like Metal Cluster Hopper, and I really like Zonjus, but I like him better without the cape, so I think that's how I'll keep him. In any case, these guys are cool. Definitely do yourself a favor. Pick up SODO AI 6. I recommend it. And yeah, that's going to pretty much do it for the video. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.